You guys link up through fighting, or like how it like?
I think we met. He was helping coach at Andover Wrestling, and I think I ran into him at a state wrestling tournament or something. And then months later, he was getting ready for a fight, and wanted some wrestling work, and just hit me up, and then we got wrestling.
Jake was like a big name. I had already graduated by the time he was kind of in high school, but I was coaching Andover High for the wrestling team, so I was still pretty connected with Shawsheen and all the other schools. And so he was kind of the big name in Barica. And I heard about him, and like you hear about kids that are good at things, and like to me, like that's cool, but there just has to be like more. For me, like for you to stand out, anybody can be good, anybody can be tough, anybody like that to me is a dime a dozen. And I don't even remember who it was, but someone was like, yo, you got to link up with Ferry. And I was kind of annoyed, like, yo, fuck this Ferry guy, right? Like, and I was like, why? And they were like, because he works the way you work. And I was like, damn. Okay. All right. Like I felt like they had just like tied my hands. And so at the time I was training for a fight. I'm not somebody who feels like I have a lot of ego. And so I hit him up and I was like, hey, like I'm not a great wrestler. Like you're a great wrestler. I'd love to show you some MMA stuff. If you'd like to come and hang out at the gym, if you could just show me some wrestling. And I think I picked him up one day. We went to the gym to train, and like I can't get rid of him since.
So, for you, you grew up wrestling. Is that what it is? So that's where you kind of started your MMA base from.
Yeah, I started when I was in 4th grade. Wrestled all the way through college, and you were just building off.
4th grade, bro.
Yeah.
Holy shit! Do you remember what it was like your first match? Like, do you remember the feeling of like not having any experience and going into a match?
A little bit. I remember it was first tournament. I never came from a wrestling family, and at the time, a lot of wrestling tournaments were like transition. Like it was all paper, pencil brackets, and everything. They were starting to get everything was online. Wrestling tournaments are long and confusing, and if you don't know what's going on, it's no one has any idea what's happening. My parents had no idea. It was stressful for them, and I was crying because I thought I was never going to wrestle again because no one knew what we were doing. Or if we were I didn't know if we were at the right place. I ended up wrestling, and each year I kind of got a little bit more and more into it. Then, I think it was, summer going into my junior year of high school is when I think I first started training with Jake. First time, he tossed me some gloves and, oh, we got to get some rounds in. I'm like, okay. I don't know how to throw a punch or a kick. I shot like a normal double leg, so I'm reaching for his legs. At the same time, he's throwing a leg kick. I'm, shooting at the same time. He just pops me right in the nose. He pulled it, and he was wearing the shin guards. Like, it wasn't like hard, but it was a kick that landed like flush on my nose. I popped up. I'm like, fuck.
Yeah.
Like, oh, this is different. Yeah. And ever since then, I'm like, all right, when wrestling is over, like, this is what I want to get into.
So your entry in was in the sense like wrestling based strong, but not MMA based. Yeah. So he was able to catch you with the knee, or like you throwing
just
the knees.
Threw a kick up.
Oh, okay.
He just like put his hands down and went right into it. I'll say right now, I did not kick this man that hard. It was very nice. I pulled back, like I wanted him to keep coming, and he did. But it was just, I think that to him was probably like the first time he was like, oh man, like there's a lot more to this game than just wrestling.
Right.
And so it's been a pleasure to just be a part of his MMA journey and career and martial arts.